And now you can see the Backseat Mogul Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour, Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Showbiz is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs for no good reason. There's also a bad side.
This is the Backseat Mogul Show, live here on Rough Edge FM. I am Scott Bolton. I am the Backseat Mogul, and this is the show where we talk about show business. And I'm sitting here to my right is none other than Johnny D. Johnny, good morning.
Good morning.
And next to Johnny, we got Jeff Genet here in house.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about movies and stuff, especially movies, because we're all huge movie fans. Except Jeff apparently is losing faith in movies because he didn't see anything this week.
I did not.
But he was busy, as we'll prove a little later. So stay tuned for that.
I got news.
Oh,
here we go, folks. Right off the bat.
I got a haircut. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that's my news.
You've been waiting all friggin' morning.
Yes, I have. Jeff noticed.
He's already sent the pictures to my wife and my mom. Look how clean cut I am now.
Sent it to Michelle too.
And Michelle in Costa Rica.
Yeah, she answered back.
Did she use any F words?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
She was quite
I just checking.
nice. Your mom said I looked beautiful.
My mom, never mind. I was going to say something really hurtful, but I won't do it.
Yeah, she would.
She would. So I've been watching your channel. What is your channel? Tell everybody your channel with your trailer reviews.
You've been watching that?
I have been watching it.
Oh God. My YouTube channel is 127 Studios.
127 Studios, and is that all you do? Is the trailer reviews on that particular network, or
we do occasional podcast episodes, but we don't really do those much because they're a little more involved and they take a lot more editing. We're working on one right now. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that.
Well, see, that's why you need to do live shows, because then you don't care about editing. It is what it is.
Yeah, but we cut a lot of stuff because we go off the rails a lot.
Oh,
and
there's done that.
Some stuff that's probably not. I mean, if you watch our channel, we push a lot of boundaries with the comedy and the humor and stuff like that, and it's very much like humor. You have to be. You have behind closed doors with like people you're really comfortable with. It's not really like oh my God, you'll learn a lot about me if you watch that. So definitely we require editing.
Understood.
Sometimes
that makes that now I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
What's the channel called again?
127 Studios. It's a little logo with a little rainbow 127. Can't miss it.
I especially enjoyed the one about the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde episode with
oh, you watched that
Johnny
too?
Depp.
Okay.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Because I kind of agree with you. When you finish researching it and whatever, you have no idea what it's going to be. Is it going to be a graphic novel? Is it going to be a movie? Is it going to be a TV series?
Yeah.
You don't really know.
Yeah. And because we edit those, we'll pick a day and we'll react to like 4 or 5 of those trailers. And yeah, those videos are like 18 minutes, but each thing, like it's like 30 minutes per trailer. So that was our 6th one that night. And it was probably around 1 a.m. this time. Brandy's in Maryland. So it was 4 a.m. their time or something. And then it's just a lot. and Ridley Scott I'm not a fan of, and yeah, it just goes from there. Like I that was the first like off the rails crash out episode that we've had in a while.
It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun. And I think that's what works so well about those with you guys, especially is that you all are having a blast. You're just having a ball, even though it's 4 a.m. for her or whatever. You're having fun and you guys interact and you have fun and you laugh. I do have one question though. How is it that you're able to find a scene for the thumbnail every week with you going?
I scroll through and I'm like, what is the most unappealing version of us, or what tells the audience like maybe how we felt about it, or what can I deceive the audience with? Like, just because a lot of the times we don't really like react during the trailer. Like we're just watching and we're like, okay, now we're going to talk about it. Whereas most YouTubers, they're like, whoa, whoa, and it's like they're overselling it. It's like, we just want to talk about the movies. That's what we're there for. So I just scroll through and I'm like, all right, what is something that can like get somebody to click it on this? Okay, great. Here, like we're not gonna fake thumbnails or whatever. It's just,
I just like every episode there's a picture of you, like your mind's being blown. And it's like, it's perfect because it makes you want to, like you said, it makes you want to tune in.
A lot of the times it's just like this, or like Dominic is very, he just, it's hard to find one for him. So like a lot of the times he'll be drinking water and I'll pick that for his thumbnail part, just to like throw it off. You know? So
do that thing with your hands up in your head. How Scott did it. Is that how you do it?
No.
Well, do it the way Scott did it.
I don't. Did I have it like that? Like Home Alone? Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's on that one. I watched a bunch of them. So.
No, because the way you did it, it reminded me of that painting by, who did that painting?
Mensch? You talking about the Scream?
Yeah.
Classic. I love that painting. If I was ever to own art and I had tens of millions, probably hundreds of millions of dollars for that one, that'd be my painting. I love the parodies of it. I love everything about it.
There's Pokemon cards of that.
Oh, really?
Worth a couple $100. Yeah.
I think I've seen him. I think Devin actually showed me one time. I don't think he knew what it was a parody of.
Your brother
when I saw it.
Had it too.
Well, Doug, Doug used to sell Pokemon cards at the swap meet down at Ventura College. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I do enjoy those. So 127 Studios, and it's fun and it's a little wild, a little off the cuff, and it's probably more off the cuff if you don't see the unedited versions.
Yeah, we have a thing called the black box, where basically, like when a plane crashes, that's what they review.
Yeah.
So we have this thing called the black box, where everything we cut out of those episodes that would be like, quote unquote, like we're not allowed to say stuff like that.
Yeah.
It goes into that black box. So I've said, if anybody tries to cancel us, I'm going to release the black box and say, no, I'm canceling us. Like, you can't do it. I'm the one that
we're going to do it.
Yeah. Like, you think that's bad? Look at this.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool. I enjoyed some of those this week. I was uploading at the same time downloading. I got 2 computers at home. So when you're uploading to YouTube, it takes freaking forever because I don't have I think my upload speed is increased to like 11. Really? I got 500 down and 11 up. It's crazy. So I go to the other computer and I watch YouTube while that one's uploading. So that's what I did. But anyway, that was very entertaining.
Wow. And you guys still want me here. So that's good.
I'll talk to you about that off here.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's see what's in the news. I think this is good news myself. And it's people they think it's terrible. True Detective. You ever watched True Detective on HBO?
Oh yeah. I haven't seen the most recent seasons, but I've seen it.
Jodie Foster in the most recent season. And
I haven't seen it.
I watched the first season, or most of the first season.
First season's probably still the best, but they're all good. They've all been good. And a lot of people hated the Jodie Foster one. And unfortunately, I think it's because it was a woman in the lead, because I'm sorry, it wasn't just a woman. It was Jodie damn Foster.
Yeah. How
she's freaking, yeah. And she was terrific in it. And I think she won the Emmy for it. And I don't understand the hatred for it all, but it was there, but still it was a smash hit, of course. And I thought it was brilliant. It was weird. It was almost Twin Peaks-ish at times, but that show tends to get that way. Well, now apparently Nicolas Cage is in talks to do the next season of True Detective. And already people are ragging on it. Oh, that'll be the end of True Detective. Why? I happen to love Nicolas Cage. I mean, I know he does some crap, but I also know that he's at the level of his career where, and you know, this could be considered bad or good, because he ascended to win an Oscar and then went broke because of tax problems, I think it was, had to do everything that was thrown at him, and then got to a point where he can pick the movies he wants to do now. And he does movies nobody else will do. Like Pig, for example. Nobody else was going to do Pig, and he's perfect for Pig. The Surfer is a new one that I haven't seen yet, but I can't wait to see it. He has a quirkiness and an originality that is unmatched as far as I'm concerned. I think he's perfect for True Detective.
I really would have liked to have seen him as Superman.
Well, then watch The Flash. He is Superman in The Flash.
Oh, yes, I thought it was with the long hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
for about
2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Okay, then I did see it. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Flash not as bad as they said it was. They didn't say it was good.
One of my favorite movies with him is one he did with John Travolta. I believe it's called Face Off.
Yes.
And the only reason I really liked that movie, because I felt like Travolta captured Nicolas Cage's acting. Nicolas Cage captured John Travolta's acting.
It's not a disease.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
The way they played each other off of each other, it's like, okay, I'm watching Nicolas Cage, but he looks like John Travolta, and vice versa. I just thought it was that well done.
You know, I promised to watch that movie again because I felt the exact opposite. I didn't think neither one of them nailed it. And I really didn't like the movie at the time. But everybody I talked to today tells me that that's the case, that they do capture each other's. So I'll have to watch that again, check it out. But anyway, I think what do you guys think? Nicolas Cage, True Detective, doesn't it?
Why not?
I think they made it work with all the previous seasons. I know one of them, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Like in that season, I was kind of like, Vince Vaughn. You always think that when you see Vince Vaughn in a serious role. It's like, Vince Vaughn, really? Well, it worked out.
It did, yes. I think I think he's perfect for him myself.
No, I understand what you say about Vince Vaughn, because when I think of Vince Vaughn, I think of comedy. And honestly, and I like Vince Vaughn, but I just can't think of any completely dramatic roles that he's done.
True Detective is definitely one, and he's done many others. He's very good, actually. He's very good, but you do have that. He's better. I don't want to say he's better. He's so good at the comedy that you tend to forget the dramatic stuff that he does, which he's also very good at. I mean, I was convinced he deserved an Oscar nomination for The Wedding Crashers. That performance, especially the one scene where she's trying to seduce him in the bedroom scene, and he doesn't want. He's begging her, please, just leave me, let me sleep. And it was so funny and so real that I thought, man, this guy's really good in this. But I've seen him in other things, the True Detective, for example. And he's just very good.
Well, before we started today, Scotty, before you got here, Scotty and I were talking about Robin Williams. I mean, this is a guy who was comedy. I mean, total comedy. But then when you looked at his dramatic roles, it's like, my God, that's the same guy. He was so fantastic in every dramatic role he did.
Robin Williams is a national treasure.
Yes.
There's no question about it.
Even today, even though he's been gone, I don't know how many years now. He's
11 years now.
Yeah,
he's still a national treasure as far as I'm concerned.
I'll never forget that day. I was at work getting ready to go home, and my phone pops up with a notification. Robin Williams dead at 55 or whatever it was. I'm like, oh my God. It just was a gut punch. And I still haven't got over it, because you see him in things that he's in. It's like, there was, again, nobody like him. Nobody like Robin Williams. Anyway, I'm excited about True Detective 5. They say he's still in talks, so that means they haven't made a deal yet. But HBO even talked about it, so I'm thinking that they're going to make a deal. And I don't know why people are upset. It's perfect. Did you ever see Mandy, the Nicolas Cage movie Mandy?
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
That is one word for it.
Yeah,
very bizarre movie.
Yeah.
But the score. Did you ever hear the story?
Very cool.
Yeah. It's so sad because the guy who wrote the music score, and it's a brilliant score, one of the top ones in the past few years, he died before the movie was released, I think, or maybe shortly thereafter. And he was a shoo-in for the Oscar, and then the producers missed the date. They didn't submit it in time, and so he wasn't even eligible. And I thought that guy should have won the Oscar for that score, but he couldn't even. They screwed up the date, and he didn't. But I love film scores, and that was Amazing one. But you're right. The movie was very weird.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what it was about.
Yeah.
I saw the Nicolas Cage movie, The Wicker Man, but that was like many
so sorry.
years ago. And
I'm so sorry.
I don't remember a thing about it. I saw the movie. I don't remember a thing about it.
Is that the one where he has the cage on his head and the bees?
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's about
Bees.
he goes to that village where everybody's doing weird things and he can't. It's based on an old Michael Caine movie, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Michael Caine, the original Wicker Man. But it's just god awful. It's torturous. And by the time it's over, you're glad that it's over. It's just not good at all.
Is it one of those movies? God, I'm glad I didn't pay for this.
This news is for Johnny. Agent 13 on Get Smart. David Ketchum has died at the age of 97.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's 97. He did good. That's a good life. And
was he the one that was always in the trash can or in a cabinet?
I think he was, as a matter of fact. Yeah, the mailbox. Yeah, Agent 13, I'm sure. Do we watch any Get Smart?
No.
It's one of those parody things. It's a parody of Spies that Mel Brooks created. So, and it's very funny. But
I think one of the writers on that was he ended up being on
Buck Henry.
Yeah, Buck Henry.
Yeah, he was a co-creator too, I think. I love I bought the Get Smart box set because I like that show that much. And it's so the whole series in a box set. At the beginning of every episode, Maxwell Smart, who was played by Don Adams, gets out of his sports car, goes into a building, and then he has to go through the series of doors that open different ways and all this tricky stuff because that leads to headquarters, right? So on the box set, when you open it up, you have to open up different panels to get to the discs.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it's really cool. So you just open and it switches all over. It was a really cool packaging. So
and once you get through all these different doors, he gets into a phone booth.
A what?
A phone booth.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly. And he dials the number and all that, turns around, looks at you, and he drops.
Oh, nice.
In other news, it looks like there may be another season of The Penguin, and that was Colin Farrell and Kristen Milotti have been talking about it. Either of you see The Penguin on HBO?
I never got around to it. It was on my list.
You really should see it. It's pretty amazing. And you will not see Colin Farrell in it, even though he's the star. He's not in it. It's The Penguin. It's stunning what they've done. And not only everybody talks about the makeup, which is amazing. And I think it took like 9 hours a day to apply or something like that. But his performance just is so un-Colin Farrell. It's like it's the real Penguin.
Yeah, it was crazy to see when he did the Batman and just realizing that was the same guy and seeing all the makeup stuff because he was amazing in that. I mean, the Batman was just amazing in general.
It took it back to the old days when it was a real detective story. It was more of a mystery than a superhero movie, and I really appreciated that for it.
Yeah.
When I think of Colin Farrell, I look at the different movies that he's done. It's like, really? He was the Penguin? Because I can't remember seeing him in. I don't get HBO, so I haven't been able to watch that. But I did see the Batman, and I just can't remember what he looked like.
Well, I'm going to show you right now. Unfortunately, I can't show the audience, but I can show you here.
Oh, there's a picture of him right there.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
No.
That's why you didn't recognize him. And there's just no Colin Farrell there.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't he the same one that was in Fright Night?
Yes, he did the remake of Fright Night.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. All right, what's going on? Also, we have The Pit season 2 is they've released a teaser for it. It'll be returning in January of 2026. Not a guy for medical shows myself, TV shows, but The Pit was stunning. It was stunning. It was real time, 8 hours in a I think it was 10 hours because there's overtime. 10 hours in a emergency clinic and emergency room, and it's very, very realistic. It's not. A lot of medical TV shows are getting more realistic as we go along. None of them are like this because they show the pain, both mental and physical, and the injuries and the surgeries that are just jaw-dropping. And the tenseness of it all, especially Noah Wyle, who's always been good. But man,
he was great in ER.
He was great in everything, but he nails it in this show. The Emmy Awards are next week, are they, or coming soon, or?
Not sure.
Someday in the future, and I think that you'll see he's gonna win the Emmy for that role for sure. Let's see what else we got here in the news. Doctor Who, BBC says the series will continue even if Disney Plus ends its streaming partnership. How are you going to stop Doctor Who? It's been on the air for what, since 61?
Started out in black and white, so it could have been.
Yeah.
And they've had
I was born in 61. I'm not black and white.
I can make you black and white.
We're going to move on. We're going to move on from that rather quickly.
Like I have a cane.
That'd be black and blue, John.
Yeah, well, okay.
Springsteen.
Shade of blue.
Yeah, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere is a new film about Bruce Springsteen. It's not about Bruce Springsteen though. It's about a certain Springsteen album and the making of it, and how what the record company wanted, what he wanted, and how they kind of said, "Look, the album was Nebraska." The record company was kind of like, "This is Bruce Springsteen. We can't tell him what record to make. He's going to make what record he wants to make." And Jeremy Allen White is starring as Springsteen. And if you've seen the trailer, it's pretty impressive. He looks and sounds like Bruce. So, because he's a terrific actor.
Yeah.
There's probably not much he can't do. Let's see what else we got in the news. Karen Gillan has joined Henry Cavill in the Highlander remake.
She's so good.
She is very good.
Now,
yes.
talk about Doctor Who.
She was in Doctor Who?
Yeah, she was one of the.
She was?
One of the.
I thought she was the female. I know there was a female.
No, she wasn't a Doctor Who. She was one of Doctor Who's companions.
Oh, okay.
And I think I'm trying to remember if it was with. Was it the? I can't remember which Doctor Who that she was the companion to. It might have been. Oh God, I can't remember either one of their names, but she was one of the companions.
Probably Doctor Who.
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about the actress. But yeah, she was she played one.
She is very good.
Yeah.
She is very good. The box office this weekend will be very interesting, and this is why everybody thought that Weapons was going to be the number one, and it still might be. But K-pop Demon Hunters is in theaters this weekend, just Saturday and Sunday, by the way, with a sing-along version of it. Now, you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
It is great, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
stunning how good it is. The guy in the anime show convinced me to watch it, and I watched it and thought, man, that should have been a theatrical film.
Absolutely,
It would have made tons of money if it had been a theatrical film. And it looks like just on those screenings on Saturday and Sunday that K-pop Demon Hunters might beat Weapons. Make more money because apparently every screening was sold out, and people love that movie. And I wouldn't be surprised if the studio, and it's probably Netflix Studios that's releasing it, does it again, because it's been out since.
It's been out almost a month, 2 months.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
and it's a phenomenon because not only is the movie that big, but the album was number one in the U.S. charts. That's stunning. And charts all over the world. It's just an amazing phenomenon. And I just got to imagine that the studio is banging their head going, it was nice to get all those views on Netflix, but we should have gone theatrical first.
Yeah.
Because I think it would have been huge, but we don't know that now. We'll never know. But
from what I heard, like Sony didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. So that's why they sold it to Netflix. And I guess Netflix has a bunch of the rights to it. And so definitely like Sony's definitely banging their heads about it because they lost this huge hit and Netflix got a majority of the cash from that.
I wonder what the thinking was on that, because right now I don't think anime and that kind of thing has ever been hotter. And I know it's not anime animation.
Yeah, it's
3D animation like Pixar kind of thing, but it's still I think you can put it into an anime category.
Yeah,
and like I said, anime is hotter than ever. Look at what happens with the Fathom screenings when they have anime. They're sold out instantly.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what the thinking was behind that. It's like.
Yeah, I have no clue. But it was a great movie. Very great. The music was really good, which I was surprised.
Yep,
I don't really listen to K-pop at all. Then I put one of those songs on my iPod. So it was very good. Yeah. I would recommend it if you have Netflix or if you can go see a screening. Although sing-along screenings probably not the best.
They're more events than they are screenings.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree. And we still don't have a total yet, so we'll find out. The final box office results aren't out. They're thinking that Weapons will do about 15 million, but K-pop might beat it with just 2 days of screenings, which is stunning for any movie 2 days to be the #1 movie of the week, but that's what might happen. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the news. I just want to talk about those couple of things. I can't think of it. You guys hear anything else that you want to bring up for the news? John, not your haircut?
Yeah. I do have one thing. I just found out that yesterday was I think it was the 57th anniversary. Oh, come here. Of course it goes away. It's either the 52nd or 57th anniversary of the last airing of the last episode of The Monkees, the TV show The Monkees.
57 years ago?
It's either 52, between 52.
And how many monkeys are left?
Ago. One.
Just one. Mickey Dolenz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Are you familiar with the Monkees at all?
TV show?
You don't have to be.
The Monkees were
it's pretty impressive history, but
yeah, they were a studio contrived, hope I said that word right, band that was supposed to be the American Beatles. But when you watch their TV show and then you watch the Beatles, Hard Day's Night and Help, you can see what I'm talking about.
They weren't a parody of the Beatles. They were an American copy of the Beatles. That's they wanted an American Beatles, so they created them in a studio in a writer's room, probably.
And when you look at the list of people that auditioned for a role, Stephen Stills from Crosby, from Buffalo Springfield, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash, later Young. And then I think
Jimmy Page.
Winkler. Jimmy Page?
No, I just made that up.
Henry Winkler from the Fonz. I think he auditioned. There's a lot of people that auditioned for it. And they ended up going with, Michael Nesmith, whose mother created Whiteout. And Peter Tork, Mickey Dolenz, who was an actor to begin with. He was Circus Boy, which I remember watching those TV series.
Circus Boy?
Yeah. I watched that TV series when I was a little kid.
Don't know that series at all.
And God, you guys, I keep forgetting you're so young. And then the English guy in the group was played by David Jones.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones. And a little sidebar on that, you know that
he has a locker.
Who? What?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Oh God, David Bowie. His real name was David Jones, but he changed it to David Bowie because of Davy Jones was in the Monkees.
I'm sorry, but David Bowie's a way better name.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. But when you watch
just imagine David Jones, Space Oddity. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it doesn't. But when you look at, watch some of those episodes, you're like, it was zany, very, very zany. And they even created a car. I think it was Chuck Barris created a car. He's the guy that did the Munster Coach.
Oh, okay.
And he created a car for the money. It was called the Monkey Mobile. And they created it. It was either out of a 66 or a 67 Pontiac GTO. And they made it into a convertible. It was not a bad looking car.
The bottom line is they created this band in response to the Beatles, and they became a real band. The actors decided we should learn to really play these instruments. We should really write songs, and they started to do that. And then they became a pretty successful band through the years. And they were touring as long. What is this? Like 5 years ago was the last tour. Like I mean, there were only a couple of them because 2 of them had passed away, but it was still the Monkees out there touring. And so it is an interesting story that kind of mimic real life. You know, they started out as actors, ended up being a real band that people, for example, Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller, his favorite band. Most of the time you see him, he's wearing a Monkees hat. So,
Michael Nesmith, he actually wrote one of Linda Ronstadt's big songs I believe it was before he became a Monkey, A Different Drum.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that was when Linda Ronstadt had her band it was called Linda Ronstadt and Stone Ponies. And I think this was before a couple of the guys that ended up becoming Eagles were actually playing in her band.
Yeah, I think you're right. Linda Ronstadt was amazing.
Oh yeah. And the song, different drums. It's really a great song. It was written from a male's standpoint, but when she recorded it, it was from a female standpoint, and it was fantastic.
Remember when you said you wanted to touch on something briefly? Spend 15 minutes. So.
For me, that's briefly.
All right, so let's talk about what we saw this week. So you didn't see anything, Jeff?
No, I wanted to, but
I mean, that's just unlike you. I'm not, I'm not punishing you or anything. I'm just surprised.
I get that. Yeah. I try to see as much stuff as possible in a week, but like it was back to school week. Schools for me started on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was getting everything ready for the teachers. We were finishing up a bunch of last jobs. I had to take my daughter to a doctor's appointment. I had to take my wife to a doctor's appointment, and I had to go to a doctor's appointment to do some license stuff for them to get ready for their schooling stuff. And then Tuesday was the only day that I actually had time after work. And then I ended up building a computer for my wife that night, and like that took all night. And then Wednesday I had overtime. Monday I had overtime. Thursday school started, and I had to get to work at 6:30 in the morning. I was there till 8:30 directing traffic, and then I went home. I had to take my wife run some errands, and then I came back, went to work at noon, and then I was there till 8:30, went back. I just fell asleep.
You're a busy man that day.
And then Friday I did it again. I got 3 hours of overtime in the morning, and then was there till 8, and then I had to record like 5 trailer reacts last night. So like there was no time for I didn't have much time for editing. I didn't have any time for like doing anything. I was just running around all week. So hopefully next week it's back into the swing of things. I'll have some time.
I'm going to Palm Springs in a couple of weeks. I'll have to make sure you guys know. So, it won't affect this show because I'll be here. But it's one of those times when I'm on vacation, I very seldom get to the movies or watch movies. So I'll have that space coming up here too. Johnny, did you see anything?
Last night I tuned in to
Better Not Be the Monkeys.
No. Okay. It was the Apes. Is it Pluto? Pluto TV?
There's Pluto, yeah.
Yeah. And because I planned on watching another old episode of CSI, and when I turned it on, what popped up was the first Star Trek movie that Chris Pine did. So I watched it, and I forgot how good that movie was.
I really liked that movie too,
yeah.
And I wasn't sure. I mean, most of the characters were direct nails, but I wasn't sure about the Captain Kirk character. But Chris Pine talked me into it afterwards. It was incredible.
I mean, when you look at the different actors who played key roles, and you look at where they're at today, wow.
Yeah, we're not going to see another movie with that cast. They keep teasing it, but they can't afford that cast now. Chris Pine, maybe, but not Carl Urban. I mean, he was in the new. Come on, the new fight movie. What's Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
He's in the new Mortal Kombat. So he's The Boys. He's always working, so they're not going to get him. And then just the rest of the cast are all Zoe, yeah. And they keep talking about and teasing us that there's going to be another movie of that cast. I don't think there will be, and that's too bad.
Yeah.
The 2 people, or the 3 people, I think, really nailed the characters. No, the 4 people that really nailed the character. Zachary Quinto.
Absolutely.
He was Spock.
Mm-hmm.
When Leonard Nimoy tells you you're Spock, you're Spock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Pine, I thought, was great as Kirk.
Yeah. Again, he was the one that was odd that I wasn't sure about, but after the film, I was sold.
Simon Pegg as Scotty.
Could do no wrong, that guy.
And then, like you said, Carl Urban. My God, he was Bones.
That's what made Star Trek.
He was a younger version of the Bones that we saw in the original TV show.
Was he younger? Because I don't know how old DeForest Kelley was when he was doing that show.
He was up there in age. Not that far. I think Carl Urban's character, his character was younger than what. Well, you got to remember, the canon was different in that movie than the original series.
That started the whole multi-universe thing,
yeah.
I think.
But
so DeForest Kelley was 46 when he started Star Trek.
And this is pretty cool from a guy. DeForest Kelley was primarily known for doing westerns back then, and then he plays in a space western.
Yeah, so he was younger. I met all those guys, all the Star Trek guys, at one event at Universal Studios for a Star Trek attraction, and then at the premiere, my boss Burt Rosen, who we talked about before, the TV producer, he was very good friends with, I don't know why people's names. No, it was with the original producer of the Star Trek movies, the Star Trek 2 and those movies. I can't remember his name, and I feel bad about it, but they were close friends. And when he found out that I was a huge fan of the series, he kept sending me signed pictures from the cast, one of himself, Harv Bennett. Harv Bennett was his name. And he got us tickets for the premiere for Star Trek Generations, which I appreciate him getting his tickets for, but I wish I hadn't seen. But
that's the one with Kirk and Picard in it?
Yes.
Generations? Okay.
Yeah. Just didn't
I
work.
remember the poster had Picard's face and Shatner's face.
You know, it may not have been a bad movie overall, but the thing that disturbed me most about it was, and you knew going in, okay, Kirk's going to die. You know, that was plastered everywhere. But you have this character who's like one of the most renowned characters in the history of not only science fiction, but general entertainment, all told. And then they kill him off that way, falls off a cliff.
You're
like,
I remember that.
What? He doesn't sacrifice himself he just falls off a cliff. It was so disappointing.
Yeah. And it looked like he had that bed frame. It was underneath the bed frame when he fell.
Yeah. And that it was just, I don't understand why they did it that way. It was a bad idea. It didn't work. And Shatner didn't like it either, because he wrote several books afterwards. The first was called Star Trek Resurrection. I'll let you guess what that entails. So, and you know, they say Shatner wrote every word of his books. That's what his editors said. He writes every word of those books. And I've read some of the books, and some of them are good.
Did you ever watch that series? I think it was called Tech.
That was one that he created. That was based on his books, Tech War. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got here. How we get here?
I think he's the only.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's the only original Star Trek actor that's still alive from the main cast.
Who?
Shatner.
Well, George Takei doesn't count.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh my.
And the guy that played Chekhov, he was not an original member.
He's still around, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think he came in season 2 or 3.
There was people talk about that a lot, because in Star Trek 2, he's the first one that Khan recognizes. But Mr. Chekhov, I never forget a face. And everybody, well, he wasn't even in the first season. Well, he wasn't on the bridge the first season. He might have been working below or something, and Khan saw him then. You can extrapolate that without too much thought, but it's not like, he didn't exist then. He could have been on the Enterprise. Yeah, you're a Star Trek fan, right? I seem to remember that.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of the TV show, of the original TV show. I've seen most of what's the one with Picard in it? What's the next generation?
Yeah.
I've seen most of that. I've seen all the movies, and I became a fan with the new ones. My uncle, he's a huge Star Trek fan, so I remember for the midnight screening, he took me to go see down at the Johnson Theater the new Star Trek movie,
nice.
And that's when I was like, "Wow, this is great!" And then from then on, it was like I was into it. Into Darkness was great, and then I enjoyed even the not newer one because it's old.
Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, thought it was great.
They nailed the relationship between McCoy and Spock in that one. It was just like the old days. It was the way they played off each other, and the old country doctor and the Vulcan from space.
Yeah, and I remember like defending the movie at the Regency because people would come out and they're like, "That's not Star Trek." I was like, "Well, it's in a different universe, so no, it's not." It's not that Star Trek that it's a new version, but it's the multiverse, dude. You gotta. Yeah, like people would just sit there and argue with me, and I'm like, no, well, you gotta look at it this way. And like,
what's not Star Trek?
I mean, the first time they destroyed Vulcan, it's not Star Trek anymore, but it's that multiverse, so it still counts.
Yeah.
Well, also in the first Chris Pine one, Spock has a relationship with Uhura.
Who?
Uhura.
Yeah. Uhura. Sounds like an island in Kauai.
Well, okay.
It is an island. Yeah.
And in the original series, Spock and Nurse Chapel, there was that.
That's right.
Love, not, I don't want to say love hate, but
no, it was attraction.
Yeah. And I think you also don't you get that in Brave New Worlds?
I don't know. I haven't seen a single episode of it. Have you watched any of the new Star Trek series?
I think I watched the first couple episodes of the Picard series. But that was just, hey, it's here free on YouTube so that you can sign up for our app. So I never signed up for the app, so I don't.
That was the first streamer I signed up for. It was Paramount Plus, and I still to this day call it my Star Trek channel.
Yeah,
there's all the Star Trek's there, and I'm going to watch the Star Trek channel. But I'm about midway through the third season of Picard, and then I'll start Strange New Worlds. But it's one of those shows I can't watch if my wife's in the room, because, and I'm guilty of this with some of her shows too. If she's watching something she wants to watch, I'll be on the phone dicking around, and and everyone's like, "Oh, did you see what this guy said?" And she's trying to watch her show. And with Star Trek, I'm like you when you go to the theater. No distractions. I'm just zoned in. And she's over on the phone doing this stuff, and sometimes pulling up videos with audio. But so I can only watch it when I'm home alone, and so I do. But I'll get through it all. But anyway, so I think all of us agree that the 3 Star Trek films are good.
Yeah.
Have you seen the other 2, or just that one?
No, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen.
Okay.
I was really hoping they were going to come back for a 4th one.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to
those characters.
I was hoping they were going to come back for a 4th one with the Tarantino script, but that's just not going to happen either. So, unfortunately, did you hear what his script was about? Reportedly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've mentioned it on the show.
I have. Yeah, I have.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember
it was the gangsters returning.
Oh yeah.
The gangsters returning.
I love that. You haven't seen that episode? No. Oh, dude, that is such a fun piece of the action. I think was the name.
That was the name of it. Piece of the action. Yeah.
That was a good one.
But yeah, we're not going to see that. That's not going to happen. And there's a new series called Star Trek Academy, I guess, which is about obviously the early days of the Star Trek of Starfleet. And it's funny because that was Harv Bennett's dream. He died, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe, but he'd created a show called Academy, and he wanted to that was his. He wanted that to be his legacy with Star Trek, and he could never get it off the ground. And now here comes this one, and I'm wondering if we'll see his name in the credits, or if this is a whole different new Academy or what. But that was his. That was the title, Academy. But
Star Trek Discovery, that series, I watched it. I liked it, but I didn't like it. Do you know what I mean by that?
I do. Yeah, I liked it, and I watched all of it. I think the thing that they're doing right with Star Trek, and many things they're doing right with Star Trek on Paramount Plus, but they make it feel cinematic. It doesn't feel like a TV show. You watch the old episodes, feels like a TV show. You watch the new ones, they feel like movies. The special effects, the sound, the screen, the scripts, everything is just bigger. And that's what I really appreciate about it. Even the following Picard, and I understand the same thing about Strange New Worlds, even more so about Strange New Worlds, because they're like the old series. They're confined stories. They're not one continuing story. They're confined stories. So I think that's cool too. But I haven't seen any of them, so I don't know.
I really I know you didn't care that much for it, but I really enjoyed Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise. I did enjoy Enterprise because I thought Scott Bakula was great. But when you get to Klingon Nazis, it's almost that's a jump the shark moment. Well, they had Nazis in the original series, but they weren't Klingon Nazis. Well, that's the whole point. These are Klingon Nazis, and I'm like, okay, you guys have gone too far now. And I need to revisit it because I literally stopped watching it like that episode after that one. I can't do Klingon Nazis. This is just silly. But I would finish it. I'd like to see it again. One of my favorite episodes of I think it was Next Generation, where they kind of go back in time. It had something to do with the Tribbles. Oh, when they combine the two episodes? And it was so funny because here you've got Worf, who's got the ridged, how we know what Klingons look like today. And then you see what the Klingons looked like from the original series. And quite different. Yeah. And then one of the characters, because they're in this bar on this station, and one of the characters talking to Worf goes, "How come they look different from you guys?" And he says, I think he says something like, "Yeah, we don't talk about that."
Yeah. That's an episode. Once you get around to watching this arc, that's one you should watch, because they intercut the old episode with the Tribbles, Trouble with Tribbles, and they insert new footage with the Next Generation cast, and it works flawlessly. And it's very entertaining. My favorite line in that scene is they're all at the bar, the Klingons are there, and the Enterprise crew, and the Klingons are trying to drum up a fight. And they're going, Captain Kirk is just the original. Yeah, well, it's from both. Actually. Right, yeah. He goes, this Klingon's at the bar, and he's all, Captain Kirk is an old has-been. He couldn't drive a bucket if he had a chance now. And Mr. Spock, what's with those pointy ears? He's just a, and the team, the Starfleet team is starting to get riled up, and Scotty's like, boys, let it go. It's no big deal. They can do whatever they want. They can talk, just ignore them. And then the Klingon says, and the Enterprise is just a bucket of bolts that she's thrown out for trash. Scotty's all, okay. That's it.
I Mary called it a garbage
scow. That's right. And that was pushing too far for Scotty.
But the different series that Star Trek had, and for the most part, I enjoy even Voyager. Most of Voyager I liked.
Josh is on to me because he says, I've never seen an episode of Voyager, and Josh says you need to watch it all. He really likes it a lot. So,
but yeah.
We also saw Nobody 2 this week in theaters. It is obviously the sequel to Nobody. Imagine that. Nobody 2. Well, let me talk about Nobody first. Nobody is about an assassin played by Bob Odenkirk, who is incredible. He's one of those guys that can do pretty much anything. He's a comic actor. He's a brilliant actor. He does a lot of that stuff. So you got to give him points for that. But he plays like a John Wick character. Now that's the last thing you would think Bob Odenkirk. I mean, look at Saul, Better Call Saul. He's a sleazy lawyer. Okay, I can see Bob Odenkirk playing that part. Mm-hmm. You've seen his skits on Saturday Night Live. They were always funny. He wrote most of his own stuff. But a John Wick character? But that's the beauty of Nobody, because he's this guy who's a former assassin who's trying to even out his family life. And bad guys keep getting in his way. And the thing is, he really likes to beat up people. He really enjoys it, but he's trying to hold that back because of his family. So in Nobody, the first Nobody, he interacts with some mob gang. And unfortunately, he has this habit. His name is Hutch. Hutch has a habit of taking the bad guy's money, pouring gasoline on it, and burning it. So he does this in the first movie, and when the second movie opens, he's paying off that debt because he burned some mob's money, and they're making him work for them.
Was it 30 million or 300 million?
It was a lot. It was probably 300 million because he was, yeah. But anyway, so he's working out that debt. So he's back at work. Doesn't want to be. Doesn't want his wife to know about it. But
spoiler alert.
I'm just giving skeleton. Anyway. So he's back at work. He doesn't want his wife to know, but because he's spending so much time beating up bad guys and doing missions for this mob, his wife she feels that he's distant. So she wants him to be closer. She's even threatening to leave without flat out saying it. So he decides to go on vacation. And they go on vacation to this little town, and there he meets some corrupt people. Let's just put it that way. Mm-hmm. And because he's who he is, he can't stay out of their way. He tries to. There's a couple of scenes that are hysterical because he's just cool and calm. I'm going to go in there and just have a talk with him. And then he goes in there, and as soon as he's in there, all things just go crazy. It's just as good as the first movie, which is very rare for a sequel like that. Just as funny, just as entertaining. I think the action sequences are much bigger. The budget's much bigger. The first movie was $15 million. This one cost $25 million. Now, this is a bit of a spoiler alert, but it's important to mention. If they can do a movie where they destroy an entire fairgrounds with flames and explosions and bullet holes for $25 million, why are some other movies costing so much? Yeah. And I know a lot's got to do with actors. You got Tom Cruise, you're paying him $50 million probably. But at the same time, it can be done. Mm-hmm. $25 million, this movie looks like it was a $100 million movie. So that's reason enough to go see it. But I highly recommend it. It's funny. It's over the top. It's bloody. It's wild. It's much more violent than the first one. But it's all done in a fun way. And the people who are getting hurt are the ones who deserve to get hurt. So that counts for points too. Now, Johnny, you have any thoughts on that?
I totally enjoyed this movie. I only had one problem, and it might have been on the screen and I missed it. I'm not sure. And I don't want to give it away. I'll talk about off screen in case
Give
you
us a
saw.
hint.
Okay. You remember when he finds out his son has a black eye?
Yes.
It's about that.
Okay. We'll talk about that in a second.
But in the first movie, remember when those two people broke into his house?
Yes.
And
stole his daughter's, well, amongst other things, stole his daughter's toy.
And that is what he wanted back.
And
he got it back.
He did.
And it's the way he got it back. And then he let them live as long as he got that back.
Because he's trying to maintain. He could have killed them easily. He wants to kill them because that's what he does, but he maintained.
He's very, very protective of his family, especially his kids. And that's the problem that the only problem I had in the second one was about the black eye. Okay.
So we'll talk about that off air because I don't know what's bothering you about it, but we'll find out because we don't, spoiler alert.
All in all, I really, really enjoyed that movie. I did not realize that Sharon Stone was in it.
Yeah.
I thought it was her. I wasn't quite sure. And then when I saw the credits, I'm going, oh, that was
she was good too. She played the lead bad person and she's evil, but she's very good in that as well. Anyway, Nobody 2. If you haven't seen Nobody 1, it's on HBO, I think, right now. So you can
video.
Or in Prime. It's probably on both actually.
Yeah, probably.
So you can watch it there and then check out Nobody 2 and go see it soon because it's not doing great at the box office. It's doing okay for a movie that only cost $25 million, but it's not doing great. And so just go see it. Go to the movies anyway. You should be there right now. Don't watch us. Go to the movies.
Well, after you watch us.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Besides, the movie's probably not open. Well, if you guys are catching this in the Midwest or on the East Coast, yeah, theaters are open. Out here on the West Coast, what time is it?
10 o'clock.
Okay,
some of them are open.
Not here in Ventura. Oh, wait a minute, but downtown Ventura.
Yeah,
we'll have 9 o'clock shows. Yeah.
I'm going to see Jaws on D-Box on sometime next week. The only way I haven't seen that movie is on D-Box, so I'm going to do that. I don't know what time I'm going. It's either going to be 4:15 or 7 p.m. And I know John doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to pay $25 because it's 25.
I don't even know what day are you talking about.
I haven't decided yet. Oh. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go see Jaws on D-Box no matter what. That is my task for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if you want me to text you and see if you're available in it.
Sure, I'll see if I can make it.
And Josh and Andrea might go too, but Josh is worried about the water effects in it. I didn't even think about that. There might be a lot of water effects. They have soggy popcorn. Yeah, but I don't care. I gotta see Jaws in D-Box. So it'll probably only play the one weekend, and there's only I think 12 D-Box seats in that theater. So I got to
probably sell out quick.
Yeah. And that's well, you'd think so, but last I looked, nobody bought tickets yet. So, but I'm going to figure out, buy my tickets now. So I'm in because I can't miss, I can't miss that.
We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll take 7 seats. Give us a discount.
Yeah. $25 is a lot of money for a movie, but I've paid more. I paid $25 to see, or almost $25 to see Mad Max or Godzilla -1. Might have been Godzilla -1 on IMAX out in Valencia. Worth every friggin' penny, though. It was amazing. The other thing I want to talk about real quick is I had fun last week's show talking about the ghosts and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of enlightened me on things. I pay more attention. Like I'll be at home and the light goes out because it's set to a timer, and it makes me think of ghosts and demons right away. Because I had a conversation like that in a long time. And then I'm in the middle of watching these Conjuring movies. Well, not in the middle. I've only got one left. And that also is enhancing my whole scary feel about things, but it's fun. I watched 3 this week. Let me pull up my list here. I actually watched 4. I watched Curse of La Llorona.
Okay.
La Llorona. And I thought it was actually a little better than other ones, a little scarier. And, what did you think?
I was wondering why it was a Conjuring film. I think it's just because it had the priest from Annabelle.
Yeah.
The one part I remember so much and I just love, it kind of goes back to the Jesus Christ blood grenade from Annabelle.
Yeah.
But when the ghost is in the pool and he's just like, I'm just going to bless the pool, blesses the pool, turns the whole pool into holy water. And then the ghost comes out and is burning and stuff. I'm like, what? What is this?
I thought that was
so
kind of
funny.
It was. You're right.
And it made me start thinking about like, well, what else could you turn into holy water? And I think when I had seen it, my daughter was sick that day and we had a humidifier in her room. I'm like, what if you just humidified a whole haunted house with holy water? Like you get water guns. I was just thinking of like, what else could you just turn into holy water and just
and why did they have to turn the whole pool into just throw the holy water and then say now there's holy water in there? That would have worked just as well. It didn't have to turn everything into holy water.
Theatrics, I guess.
Yeah. What about you've seen these or you've heard about these airplanes that seed clouds?
Yeah.
You could turn
there you go.
The seeds into holy seeds.
There you go.
So anyway, that was I actually thought that was a little scarier than the other one. I may have watched more than I thought because I also I have Annabelle Comes Home. I think that was the one I was at last week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
I called it a scary night at the museum because there's a story to be told about all the stuff that they store in that room of evil.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the story.
Mm-hmm.
That story was like I said, it was like Night at the Museum. All these things come to life and they're chasing the werewolf was the stupidest thing ever. And no, this one doesn't work. It just does not work. And did you feel the same way about that one?
Which, by the way, the werewolf one was actually a real case of theirs.
I'm sure it was, but it just was thrown in there.
Yeah, that movie in particular, I think it felt because like in The Conjuring 2, they had the nun, and then they had that guy, the crooked man or the spindly guy,
Man,
something like that. And they made a movie about the nun after that, and they had one slated for the crooked man after that. It never got made, obviously. But to me, Annabelle 3 felt like we're just going to throw a dozen crazy guys out there. Whatever works, those are our spinoffs.
Oh, that might be. Yeah.
And that was just like a testing thing. It's like, all right, well, here's a spinoff, here's a spinoff, here's a spinoff, here's a spinoff. Okay, the guy with the coins in his eyes, the werewolf, the kooky samurai guy. Like, it just, I'm like, what is this, an ad for the future of the universe? Like, come on.
It's exactly what it felt like.
Weird.
Yeah, it was. You're exactly right. And I just didn't like that one at all. It was, like I said, Night at the Museum and with horror things. Then I watched Annabelle. You remember, I'm watching in order that they take place, not the order they were released.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Linda Cardellini was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So the fact that Linda Cardellini was in it made it worth watching. I thought it was okay. It was okay. But I have come to the conclusion that you are right, that the Conjuring films are the best of the series. I watched The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, which only leaves me with The Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It, or review it. And and I like both of them. They were scarier. Even the nun, who I think is just silly, even she looked scarier in that and felt scarier.
Yeah.
And the scariest part about both those movies is during the end credits when they're playing the actual footage from the Warrens. Yeah. It's like, holy crap! That's the part that really sticks in your mind. The movie's fun and scary, but that part with the actual footage, it's like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a lot more of that because I know there's a lot of those on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of documentaries with them in it where they have that stuff. The books too are really entertaining.
I never even thought about that.
I recommend The Demonologist, which was their first book. Very entertaining read where basically it just goes over a bunch of their cases. And then after that, there's a lot of controversy with the books and stuff because there was a lot of stuff. Some of the authors came out and basically said that, the Warrens asked them to spice it up a little bit, make it scarier. So the other books are kind of fabricated in some senses. But I've read a few of them. The one that the new movie is based off of
That's Final Rights.
is Last Rights. It's based off of one of their cases, but there's a book. It's called The Haunted, which talks about that whole case. I didn't finish it. It was actually kind of boring, so I'm wondering how they're going to do with the movie. But I read the werewolf one. There was another one that I read, but The Demonologist I would recommend because that's actually a good read.
I just took a note. I'll pick that up and read it because I have enjoyed them for the most part. As I said last week, I'm not sold on the nun. She's just not as scary as she should be. You know, she grows those the it teeth.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you know, she'd probably be scared if she just stood there and talked in a normal voice or whatever. But they have to get the ghost roar and they have to get the jump scares. So I get it. But
I think the scariest thing with the nun was when I was working at the movie theater. I don't remember for which Annabelle it was, but they had a teaser at the end of the credits for what the next movie was. And it's just the long hallway in the church with the candles. And then the shadow starts coming and then the candles start going out. And it's just that noise that comes towards you. And I'm just sitting there with the broom and butler. And I'm like, and then it's just, and then you just see the figure of the nun and then it ends and it says the nun will return or whatever the Marvel thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that was actually really scary. And then the movies weren't scary. So.
Yeah, that's the thing that's most disappointing about it. They have their jump scares, and jump scares are fun, but they're also a trick.
Yeah.
They're just a gimmick. And there's other things that can scare you that they could develop in those. It would be, like I said, like the end credits where they're running the real footage. Mm-hmm. That's terrifying stuff. And I did like the fact in the Conjuring 2 that they addressed that a little bit about somebody faking the event. And then you find out there's a reason that they're faking the event. And I never thought about that part. You always think about people just faking it for popularity or something like that, but you don't think of that reason. So anyway, so I've got Conjuring 3, which I understand is Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It, which I understand is not on the level of the previous two. Do you agree with that?
It's definitely not. It's okay, but
that's what I've heard. Okay is the word.
Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, like, for me, I go into it as like, okay, how are they going to treat the actual story? Like, what are they going to do with it? And the first like 5 minutes of that movie is probably the actual story. The rest is just this big fabricated thing. Whereas, like, for example, Conjuring 2, a lot of that was based on what had happened, but it was from the perspective of other investigators that went through the house because the Warrens were only there for 2 days.
Oh, really?
And then they left. And they just caused this big media sensation, called it good and left. And then it was like, well, you didn't even do anything here. It's like kind of crazy. So that whole movie is kind of taken from other people's experiences and stuff. So,
that's interesting. Yeah. It was, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really good.
You know, the Conjuring movies are the best of the whole Annabelle bunch without question. So I'm looking forward to the next one. And then I wanted to be ready for the Last Rites when it's in theaters in a couple of weeks here. So I'm close to that already. All right. Well, let's.
I have a correction.
Of course you do.
Yes. I read something on Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it, about yesterday being the last day of the.
Are we back to the monkeys?
Yes. It's about the monkeys. Well, apparently, whoever posted that on Facebook got it wrong, unless Wikipedia got it wrong, because I just checked it out, and apparently the last episode was March 25th of 68. So as far as it being the anniversary, it's about 5 months off.
Breaking news, folks. The anniversary was off. Sorry.
So anyway, I had to correct.
You didn't have to, but I'm glad you did. Because what have I often said about this show? Everything you hear here is probably wrong. Yeah. That's just how we work. All right. This is time for this. We've been waiting for this. And now it's time for the First Run Progress Report with filmmaker Jeff Genet. All right. Time for the First Run Progress Report. We have some pretty interesting stuff to talk about today. Jeff?
I think we do. Yeah, I didn't get any work done on the film this week, and you guys might be rolling your eyes. You're like, well, you've been saying for the last couple of weeks you're going to bring something in. Well, I did bring something in. Yeah, I didn't get to edit much. I've been kind of working on the audio of this one scene that I want to show. And the colors haven't been done yet because I haven't, my friend's been busy. I've been busy this week as I state, wait, I'm looking at that camera. As I've stated in the show, start of school, a lot of overtime.
Busy man this time of year.
I did message the guy who I wanted to do the music. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. So it's a lot of waiting games right now. But since I have been saying, oh, I'm going to bring in a clip, I brought in that clip. It is a work in progress. So take this as like a behind the scenes moment. You're seeing a film in the process of being completed. It's not so much like when you watch a DVD and they add the deleted scenes and then it's like there's a T-posed Hulk there and it's like, well, this is a deleted, well, it's not even finished. There's certain things that we've done in the scene. It's edited kind of how I want it. There might be some changes. The colors aren't there. This is all straight raw from the camera. And then there might be some audio issues, but figured I'd bring it in just to show something to you, show something to you. And we'll talk about it. We'll see how it is, you know, like if there's any notes, if there's any like, oh, you know, that was terrible. Why'd you bring that in? Or, wow, that was really great. What are the problems? And
can you take our names off the film?
And then I'll be like, well, let me tell you what the problems are. This should be a good clip. It tells you what the film's about, gives you the big premise of what they're doing. It's funny. Gives you a good sense of some of the characters, and it also shows you what they're leaving behind at the theater. And so I thought it was a good clip. It's a minute or two, I think.
We'll find out here. And just one disclaimer: this is the first time we're using this technology, so if it fails,
it's my fault.
Sorry. Yeah, well, but we'll see.
No, you can blame me. I get blamed for everything.
That's true. And by the way, our mics will remain hot through this, so I better close the door. Hang on one sec.
It's that haunted ghost.
Ooh. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Duck.
I did that once, and they made fun of me. I got in my hands and knees and crawled beneath the camera, so not doing it anymore. All right, so here is a clip from.
Here.
Oh, it's starting there. Oh. I meant for it to start there.
All right, guys, bad news. There was a mishap at the post office and the DCP for Galaxy Battle ended up in the town over. They won't be able to get it in till tomorrow. So I need one of you to run over there and get it. I would, but a manager needs to be here at all times. Vincent, you up for the job?
Yeah, but I'm training a new guy.
Take him along with you. Lara, why don't you tag along and make sure these two stay on track?
Yes, sir. Hey, can I go?
I seriously don't think I need to send 4 of you to just pick up a piece of mail.
No, you do. Come on, Malcolm.
Bree, it doesn't make sense.
I said, come on, Malcolm.
And what about the cleaning? Who's going to clean the theaters?
It won't be that long.
And I also need some help with the afternoon rush.
The afternoon rush? The afternoon rush? We don't have an afternoon rush. It's Thursday. And also, look at Pat over there. He's fine. Ish. He's good. Truly. He's always like that.
Vincent.
Come on.
The more the merrier.
But can you handle it? Pat! Can you handle it? Fine. The four of you can head over to the post office.
Great. Let's go, team.
But I'm expecting you all back within the hour.
We won't let you down.
Yeah, we will.
And bring back some lunch on the way back, will you?
I don't know what he was on, but I want some.
I don't know what happened to us.
Oh.
Hold on, we'll try
Oh,
this.
oh! You hit the person up at the top. Under
The solo. That's what it was.
Up under the big screen.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Got it.
Ooh.
Nice catch there.
Okay.
So that was funnier than I expected.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the color. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Well, there's no color to be. It's straight from the camera.
Yes. And I think that the best thing about that clip is it shows you how great the cast was. Because you tell, like you said, it tells the story, you get an idea what's going to happen. But that cast was just terrific. They were having fun. I was there on that day of shooting. They were having fun. Yeah. And it you can feel that having that fun through the characters. So yeah.
I have to ask the guy with the broom and the scoop. Did he ad-lib all that, or was that scripted?
No, that's all ad-libbed.
Because that was funny. That was very funny.
Pat was one of those people I just said, okay, well, here's the script, but you have free reign for whatever. So yeah, that was the spinning. That was all him. The broom thing, I just said, just you know what to do. And then we took 3 takes of that one part, and then yeah, that one was the best, where it just sits there and then he just pets the broom. So so yeah, as you can see, it's a little rough. There's some audio patches in there that get kind of weird, and maybe it could be condensed down at a little cuts and stuff. But yeah, it gives you at least the vibe of what we're going to be going with for the film. And I think it gives, like, a little bit of the premise, like, okay, these guys got to go. They got to go get this movie back or whatever. And then they're leaving behind this guy who's obviously not able to be left alone at the movie theater.
Might he be the drug angle on that?
Yeah.
I kind of guessed that from the masks and things.
I don't know what he was on, but I want some.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of the things I thought, well, Pat was the first person that I had put into the film. Or even the first character that I had named, and then I'm like, okay, I know I want Pat in this. I know I want the actual Pat to play this character. And Pat's a weird guy. I think the best way you can describe him is he's Pat. And that's how we would describe him when people would start working at the theater, because he is very much like that. And I thought, well, how do we dial that to 11 and just let him go crazy? And I thought, okay, well, we have him on drugs, and Bree, the character, she's a drug dealer. And there's this scene very early on in the film where it's she's giving him shrooms, and he's like, oh, well, I've never done shrooms before, this and that. And then they're doing the welcome tour for Nathan and stuff, and then they bust into the back, and then Pat just takes them all. And so throughout the film, he's just experiencing all these things. And so that's what we do. We use them as little transitions. Like, okay, there's this wacky stuff going on with our main crew out in the world, and then we get to flash back and see what's going on at the movie theater. How is Pat handling? How is the manager dealing with Pat?
I got to admit, when I was on set and you were shooting that guy's scenes, especially the scene, I thought, that character's just not working for me. I don't understand what's going on here. But then when you see it in this context and you realize that there's a reason he's acting that way when he sees those faces, then it's funny, and that just shows you what happens when you're on set and you don't really know what's going on. Even though I read the whole script, you think I'd know, but that how it changes from being recorded and translated to film.
Yeah. And there were a lot of points like that too, where even my cameraman would like pull me aside. He's like, I'm not sure about this. I don't think this is going to work. And I'm like, no. It's part of the joke. Like, just let's do it this way, and then you'll see. And then when I did that first test screening with everyone, he's like, oh, okay, that's funny. Like, I get what you were doing.
Yes.
with the camera stuff and all that. But there's points like that, and I don't think this is a movie so much where it's like a normal comedy where you're telling jokes and it's like, oh, ha ha ha. It's more like a situational, like, situational humor, which I think that's how I do it. It's the long pauses, it's the little bits of situation that makes things funny.
Right. The characters, the interaction and what have you. It's not Naked Gun.
Yeah.
That's nothing but jokes. It's a comedy with characters on a quest, basically. So yeah, that was good. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it.
Okay, good.
So next week, another 5 minutes? Oh no.
No. Yeah, I've been like sitting on that. I'm like, man, like it's not to the level that I want to show it. And I'm like, but I've been already saying for a couple of weeks, like I'll just bring it in, I'll see what happens. I gotta start showing people something, that at least something's being done with it, and I'm not just sitting around doing nothing.
And
I liked it, what I saw.
Yeah, it looks very good, and I appreciate you bringing it in this form so we can see, in a few months or whenever we can show another clip, maybe the same clip, and show how it differs from that first thing. So it's a film in progress, and that's what we're looking at right here. So that's very cool. Yeah.
So there you go. First exclusive clip from First Run. Happy birthday to you. I'm sorry. Well, that's
whose birthday?
I don't know whose birthday.
Oh,
I say that a lot on my own stuff, so I'm just like, wait, I'm wrong show. Yeah.
It's always good to say happy birthday to somebody, though.
Yeah.
And John doesn't have too many left.
Eventually,
What?
eventually, it might actually be that person's birthday. I used to do that a lot. When I did work at the movie theater, I would just say happy birthday to people. And I remember this one kid, he's like, wait, how do you know it's my birthday? And I was like, I just work here. And then I just went away. And he's like, no, come back. No, how did you know that? And I was like, eventually you get it right.
Yeah, just always take credit for it. I thought, I knew it was your birthday.
That reminds me of a time when I went to Las Vegas. It used to be, I don't know if it's still there. Oh God, I just forgot the name of the place.
Of course you did.
Oh, of course. This was back in the 90s. Me and a buddy of mine, we went to Las Vegas, and we were going through this one casino. And this is back when I had darker hair, had my beard, I wore glasses at the time.
65?
No, I think it was like 55.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so people were staring at me as we're walking through this casino, and I'm getting a little self-conscious about it. It's like my first thought was my zipper's down. I checked it. Nope. Then I'm thinking, well, I just came out of the bathroom and my trailing some toilet paper, stuck to my foot. No. And as I passed this one young lady who worked there, she's pointing at me and goes, you're Jerry Garcia. Now, Jerry Garcia had just passed away like a month or two before. Well, apparently he used to frequent this particular casino.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as she said Jerry Garcia, I just looked at her and I go, and I kept walking.
He did look like Jerry Garcia back then. It was a little scary.
But she thought I was Jerry Garcia. And like I said, I didn't say a word. I just looked at her and I just
owned it. Wow.
And kept walking.
Great.
Jerry Garcia's
So
ghost.
when you mentioned what you just did, that made me think of that.
What are your plans for movies this week? You got anything? You said there was something you wanted to see.
I want to see Primitive War. I love dinosaurs, so I'll go see anything with it. And the trailer actually looked very entertaining. I think it's only showing at 6:30, so I might go see it this weekend before I have to go back to work. But I don't even know what else is out. I'm probably going to go through some DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
My plan is to finish the Conjuring series and to be prepared for the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm going to go see Don't Honey.
Oh,
on
Honey Don't.
Monday. Yeah, Honey Don't. Yeah. Thank you. I know you're not a Coen Brothers fan, but I am. And I understand this is not a top Coen Brothers film, and it's not even Coen Brothers, it's Coen Brother.
Yeah.
It's only one of them. But I'll go see it. Margaret Qualley's in it. So,
yeah,
okay, I'm in.
I saw the trailer for that and it looked really entertaining, and that is on my list of things to see. So I might go see that this week.
Yeah, well, good. If you do, we'll talk about that. And then I've got a stack of DVDs that I want to get through. I found a copy of at the thrift store yesterday. I spend too much time at thrift stores. The original, the Around the World in 80 Days from the 60s.
Oh, okay.
And
who's the actor?
I don't remember. I know that movie. I know it's not Jackie Chan. And it was a double disc set. The movie itself, the disc looks a little rough, but I think it'll be okay. The bonus disc was perfect. And for $3, I thought I'll take a chance, So I think a little Windex and we'll clean it up nicely. But I haven't seen that movie, and if I did, I saw it as a kid, and it's like 3 hours long, isn't it? Isn't it a long film?
It's 80 days.
Yeah, so I want to get around to watching that. And I got that. That's pretty good. I want to see that.
Is that the one where the his helper? I think it's the Hispanic actor Cantinflas.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. There it is.
David
right there.
Niven. Yeah.
So what does it have the runtime here?
255.
Yeah, that's a long movie.
I saw that movie. That was a good movie.
Well, we'll see. So, like I said, $3 for a double disc set, I'll take it.
I can't remember. Is that based on a stage play or a book? I think it was based on a book.
I hope so. It'd be a boring stage play
Because there's been a few different around the world.
Oh yeah, Jackie Chan did one.
Yeah.
I wasn't just making that up earlier.
Well, that's true. But speaking of books,
I knew as soon as you said book.
if you go to Amazon.com and you have Amazon Prime, more than likely you're going to get free shipping. Search R. Scott Bolton, author, and you're going to find. Go ahead.
Everybody but me, because apparently that's what happens when you search there. I don't understand their search engine at all.
You'll find a plethora. I just love that word. Books that R. Scott Bolton wrote. Now, R. Scott Bolton is our very own Scotty B, sitting to my left, and the most current book that's out right now is Bowling Bag in the Backseat. And as I always like to say, my favorite of Scotty's books is Dead Dick, which is about a 1940s private detective, hence the word dick.
Be very careful when you Google that.
Yeah. It's every one of Scotty's books are good. The H.B. Fisk series, the
Brace
Heller series. I can't wait. Actually, well, I'm going to have to wait because I don't know when it's going to come out. But the Miller and Breeze book, which
next year, it needs some work, but it'll be about next year.
It's very good. But what is in the pipeline?
Mama Bear.
Interesting.
That's the one I'm going to write in November. I write one every November I don't know if you knew that or not, but
yeah,
the November novel writing month, which is no longer in existence.
You do it for yourself.
Lost its funding and went away. So I will do it by myself. It's because that helped me write a book the first time, and then every time I've done it since then, I've written a book every year. So that's
now there is one book that Scotty wrote called Neath. Halloween's coming up. It'd be the perfect book.
Ooh, scary. And the Warrens are not in it. Sorry.
So
I should have put them in it.
For you Venturians, what are people from Ventura County
People
called?
who live in Ventura County.
Yeah, but what do you just say?
Ventura Countyers?
Yeah, there you go. Scotty's books basically are about areas here in Ventura.
Except for the ones in space. Well, even then they got home bases here.
Ventura.
Space Ventura.
Ooh.
Pet detective.
Yeah.
And when you read, if you're from Ventura and you're reading these books, you're going to go, oh, I know where that place is. Oh, I know where that place is. And it's just so on and so forth. His books are really, really good. And I can't wait till some director decides to make a movie out of at least one of them.
Jeff's going to direct Neath. All we need to do is get $40 million.
Yeah, because those special effects in there, that's beyond my expertise.
How much does it cost to get a house that you crumple up and shoot with a shotgun?
Well, hey,
I've never tried it.
That would be so cool.
I got a good review this week from one of my books. The person that told me that it was The Bowling Bag in the Backseat, they said it was the best book I've written and that they really enjoyed it. And it was like a real mystery for once. Just kind of a backhanded slap. And I said, well, thanks, Mom. So that was that.
All of Scotty's books are really fantastic. So I highly recommend them. And like I said, Halloween's coming up. They're great birthday gifts. Christmas is not too far away. I mean, every time you walk into a different store, you're seeing, not only are you seeing Halloween stuff up.
Have you looked, Jeff? Have you seen some Halloween decorations? We were talking about that last week.
I've not had it.
Oh, you're too busy.
Yeah.
That's right. Crazy.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I haven't looked it up yet. Maybe this weekend.
Some places I'm even seeing Christmas stuff going up.
Jesus.
So with it being Christmas,
yes, this is the reason for the season.
These books make great Christmas gifts. You can either get some of them are paperback, a few of them are hardback, and some of them, if not all of them, are available on Kindle download. So
All of them.
Labor Day's in a few days. You got nothing going.
That's right.
unless,
a book.
of course, your wife's in labor, then.
And how much money I make off those books? That's obviously a labor of love because I ain't getting paid for it.
Anyway,
I did get a
Amazon.com.
Kindle check this week.
Oh, that's cool.
I got my Kindle royalties, $2.98.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That's a Happy Meal almost. So
Add a couple of zeros.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to Amazon.com, look up our Scott Bolton books, and enjoy.
I got one question for Jeff, and then we're going to get out of here. And that question is, how many viewers, listeners do you think we lose when he starts to do that spiel?
If you're still here, put it down in the comments. Are you still here? Put some engagement down there. Comment down below.
Yeah.
Do it.
And comment if you like my haircut.
Please.
Comment if you don't like his haircut in particular. That'd be much funnier. All right, folks, we'll see you next week. We'll have some new things to talk about. I've got a stack of DVDs. I went to the thrift store in Fraser Park just before Josh moved.
Oh, okay.
That place was a gold mine.
I bet.
And they were like $1 a piece. I got all these old Jimmy Stewart movies, all these John Wayne movies. $1 a piece. I walked out with an armload. So I'm slowly getting through those too because we can talk about it here. So, all right, folks, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Please make comments. It doesn't hurt you and it helps us.
Yep.
Go to your local movie theaters. Support the arts.
Nobody 2. See Nobody 1 first on streaming and then go see Nobody 2.
Hey, I want to throw one thing in there.
I said one more thing and we're done, so we can't. Bye. Go ahead, John.
In Santa Paula, there is a facility called the House of Magic. Check it out.
That's true. That's good advice.
It's here.
Magic shop and a magic performances. All right. We'll see y'all. Bye.
Goodbye.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.